Folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community and the channel that was created by a retail investor for retail investors. Today is Friday, November 15th. Happy Friday. Hope you're well as you can be. It's been another rough day in the sector. Tilray Brands, we do have a bear flag target on deck. It's targeting about 114, 108 without log scale. So we're going to take a look at that. I'll discuss the price action and my opinions on that in the days, weeks, months ahead. But as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, and you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. Before we get to it, you can smash the like, subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Full disclosure, I do own Tilray. It's my largest position, and you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Closing in on 1,000 followers, so I really do appreciate all of the support. Also, I interviewed Hugo Alves, CEO of Oxley, today. This interview should be live in the next few days, probably going to be early next week. So you can keep an eye out for that. And again, you can tick the bell, the notification bell, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And he did, spoiler alert, he did mention, he did a shout out to Tilray in the video. So you can stay tuned for that. But taking a look at the news that Tilray came out with a couple of days ago. Yeah, this was yesterday, November 14th. So Tilray Medical launches its first commercial grown in Germany medical MJ products under its newly expanded cultivation license. So this is great news. I think it was Boris Jordan who said in a recent interview as well that, you know, he believes the German market is going to be the place to be playing in over the next couple of years. He also mentioned the UK market, but he said specifically Germany is going to be huge over the next couple of years and the place to be. And as we know, Tilray was the first one to receive the new MJ cultivation license under the new regulations. So this is great to see it's grown in Germany, right? And it's going to be hard for these other companies to expand there. And a lot of these other companies, they don't incur the capex, right? That's why their financials are better in the US. Some of these other US operators that only operate in a select few states, they don't have any operations in Canada or internationally in Germany, the EU, right? So a lot of that is very capex, capital expenditure intensive. So you have to, that's why a lot of these companies they're growing their international footprint, right? So when you're growing at that level, it's going to eat into your cash, your overall profitability, right? So this was great news, but overall, not a great day for the sector. Unfortunately, like I said, we have a bear flag. Don't hate me. I'm just the messenger. I'm going to take a look at the chart. We'll take a look at the technicals in just a moment. But I just wanted to remind everybody that this inverse correlation, when crypto is doing well, generally it's been a bad day for MJ. And when crypto's been doing bad, it's usually a good day for MJ. And as I've been saying, I think it's going to be very similar to 2017, 2018 when crypto topped. MJ went on its biggest bull run ever, and that was with Canadian legalization and major reform at the Canadian level. Well, what do we have in the U.S.? Major reform at the U.S. federal level, potentially on the horizon. And what is happening right now? Crypto's exploding. It's been in a 4-year bull market. MJ's been in a 4-year bear market, and we're on the tail end of this big tech and crypto and AI bull run, in my opinion. XRP is my largest crypto holding. I own more XRP than I do dollar-wise than I do my entire MJ portfolio, right? And today XRP actually hit 91.5 cents, closing in on that $1 mark. So a very great day in terms of my crypto portfolio, not so great in terms of MJ. But if we take a look at the crypto side of things, right? Solo, Flare, Algo, they're all up 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? So we have crypto doing awesome. And now let's take a look at MJ not doing very awesome, right? So we've got pretty much 3-4% down on the day today. I heard a lot of people complaining about Tilray. Well, OGI has been down more. AVCN as well, down almost double digits. They just released their earnings. Cash kind of remains a concern at the moment. But if you haven't seen my video with the CEO of Avicana, you can check that out. But overall, the whole sector is just bleeding out. And we did confirm a daily bear flag on Tilray. So if we go from our high to the low there, it was 108 if we take log scale off. So we'll just take off log scale. And if we take our measured move there from the high to the low and move that out to our 0.32 fib, yeah, it was saying 108 there on linear. But if we look at log, I like log scale. It's a lot more accurate in my opinion. But yeah, we did confirm the bear flag. So once we lost key support there at 136, that confirmed the lower high and the lower low. And then you just take your measured move there from the high to the low and move it out to your 0.32 fib. and it's saying about 114. So 114 to 108 is a possibility. And we were talking about this in the Power Group private community today that, we're going to see the lawsuit, I think, for the share to increase shares. I think that's like 6 days from now. And then we're probably going to see a bunch of FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt regarding reverse splits, them going under $1, bankruptcy is going to return again, all this nonsense. We like VFF, for example, Village Farms, right? They've been under $1 now for a long time, and they've got until, I think, April 16th to regain compliance. And this is the second time they've got a notification. But yet, nobody complaining about VFF, right? And they're probably going to have to do a reverse split if they don't get their stuff together. But it's been breaking to lower lows as well. So, I don't hear anybody complaining about VFF. It's Tilray, and, VFF has already received the notification that they're not compliant. And then they have until April, and like this is the second time, right? And barely anybody's talking about that. But because of the sheer interest in Tilray, everybody's, always kind of harping at Tilray for some reason. But we did have this descending triangle as well. If we zoom out to the monthly, it's probably a lot more evident. We just reset that here. Yeah, there we go. So if we extrapolate that out, you can see descending triangles are bearish. So they're generally a series of lower highs and a horizontal line of support, whereas a ascending triangle is a series of higher lows with a horizontal line of resistance, right? And then you usually break to the upside, whereas a descending triangle, series of lower highs, and you break to the downside. So as you can see, what pattern is this? This would be a descending triangle. So if we just take our measured move, we're on log scale now. So I'll reset that. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with TradingView. It just loves to have a mind of its own. So if we take a look at the measured move here from the apex, and I like to use the real candle bodies as much as possible. But yeah, if we move this out here, I was warning people that, we could dip into the 80 cents, 70 cents. And yeah, it's saying around 85 cents. But again, depending on log scale or not, it could potentially go down to 75 cents. That's possible, right? We know that there's no major catalyst coming for a little while. We've got news where, RFK's head of the HHS, FDA, and then you've got Matt Gaetz potentially going to be the AG, but there's a lot of concern about whether or not that's actually going to come to fruition. So that's adding a bunch of uncertainty. And as we know, the market doesn't like uncertainty. But as of right now, I think over the next couple of months, I've been saying for many, many months now that Bitcoin's probably going to top out somewhere around 100K. I think, 120 is a good area to target on a top for Bitcoin. And then we're going to see Bitcoin top out around the same time as Bitcoin tops out in the next month. I think, sometime between now and the end of December is a good point, good timeline. And then at the same time, Bitcoin tops out. I think big tech will top out. We'll see rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins. We'll see alt season. We'll see rotation at a big tech into smaller cap stocks. We'll see small cap stock season. And then during that small cap stock season, probably, January, February, I think MJ will really benefit. And we have the rescheduling hearing coming up around that same time. And there's also people like Matt Gaetz who wants to delist. So I think rescheduling is the most likely scenario. And then ultimately we get to descheduling. But whether or not they bypass rescheduling altogether and just deschedule it, that's a potential as well. We know Chris Christie said that he thinks that Trump is going to attempt to deschedule. And with all of his appointments and nominations, from the Attorney General all the way to the FDA and HHS, right? It's certainly looking that way. So, and we know that the Republicans have the presidency, the Senate, and the House. So the landscape is really, really good. You got the likes of Don Murphy thinking that, he's super excited, thinking that this is going to get across the finish line. And it's looking like prohibition is coming to an end. So while everything looks pretty bleak and, we're down in the dumps here, again, I'm pretty stoked actually, because I was hoping that MJ would remain low at least until January 1st when we get that extra 7,000 contribution room to our TFSA tax-free savings account. For those that don't know, here in Canada, you get a lifetime max, and then each year you get an additional 7,000 or whatever the amount the government makes. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be 7,000 again. Mine's maxed, so I'm waiting for that 7,000 come January 1st. A lot of that will be going into more beaten down MJ. And then I'm going to be looking to rotate my crypto profits. Like right now, when XRP goes up a penny, my portfolio, my MJ portfolio goes up, my crypto portfolio and XRP holdings goes up like $1,500, like just when it moves a penny. So my crypto portfolio, I can't wait to rotate the profits. Come January, I think, alt season should really hit full force around January, February, and then that's around the same time they're rescheduling. So I think we're going to see banking, safer banking. We could see that in a lame duck session, but more than likely in a new administration after the inauguration in January 20th, right? And then, yeah, uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ will happen as a result of all of this reform. So we have a lot to look forward to. Unfortunately, Tilray is bearish on all the weekly, the MACD, the stochastic still bearish. We're still well below the 10-week moving average, below all of our weekly moving averages, and below all of our daily moving averages. But this the glimmer of hope here is we could see a golden cross over the next couple of weeks. And then we could see a 50 and a 100 weekly moving average bull cross over the next couple of months. And that would more than likely bring us back up to around the 200 weekly, which is around $6. So again, unfortunately, we do have a bear flag on the daily time frame, which sucks, but the whole sector has been bleeding out on average. We're down 3-4% today. And again, crypto's been strong, and we're just not seeing MJ as a main focus right now. But the great news is once big tech, crypto, AI tops, what has been in a 4-year bear market, right? It's been MJ. What has been in a 4-year bull market? Pretty much everything else, right? So if I'm looking to rotate my crypto profits into more beaten down MJ, then, imagine all the other people that are looking to do the same. And, I know there's going to be a lot of FUD. It's going to be a lot of, reverse split, fear mongering out there. So don't get caught up on it. I already see people saying it's going to zero, it's going bankrupt. Like it's all nonsense. Tilray is not going anywhere. They have a strong balance sheet. They are set up well for internationally, the first cultivation license in Germany. There's so much to look forward to. It's just we have to be patient. We have to be a little bit more patient. I think it's going to be a few months. We'll start to see these prices recover, and then it will likely go on to be the biggest bull run in history once crypto and tech enters its bear market and finishes its bull market, similar to what happened in 2018. All right, going to end it there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. If you need to vent, by all means, I understand. I know it's frustrating, and that's why we need to be diversified, not just within the MJ sector, but also outside of the sector. All right. Happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. It's Rod with the Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again in the next video.